Hi, good day. My name is Mr. Hero, and I'm your host for The Nubbles. The Nubbles is a live documentary program powered exclusively by Grace Park TV. The Nubbles talks about men and the issues regarding to the society they face, and also men and their family, men and their career. Join me as we have a wonderful time.
This is The Nobles.
So welcome to the Novels. My name is Mr. Hero. This is the second edition of this live documentary, and today we have special guests in our midst. Okay, I'll be starting by my right hand side. Let me start by my right. Sir, please may we know your name.
My name is Mr. Abraham Omeza Akonde.
Okay.
I'm Reuben Chisholm.
My name is George Daniel.
My name is Amechi Samuel. I'm a fashion designer and full-time entertainment.
All right, thank you so much. You didn't tell us what you do, sir.
I'm a business and financial consultant.
Okay, so what about you?
I'm a graphic designer and a gospel minister too.
Gospel minister. Woo, I like the gospel minister aspect of it. Okay, so you minister today. Okay, so I want us to go quickly down to the myth of the matter, what we have for today. We want to really talk about the nobles. The nobles has to do with men, the issues men face in the society, in their career path, and also in their family, especially. So, and definitely, I know that the nobles have actually blessed so many lives. So today, we are going to be talking extensively about some questions which I want to ask you all. You have to contribute to it. So the first question I want to ask Mr. Abraham, please, how do you juggle between your work and family, or managing your family and work?
Okay. When it comes to managing family and work, there's time for everything, and we have a specific number of time per day.
Okay.
So you should be able to strike a balance between your work time and your family time. Though it's not really easy, but you should know when to cut off from the work time and concentrate on the family to avoid having collisions.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much. So what about you, sir? What do you have to say on that?
Um, there's this statement that this concept in business study while we were growing up, which has to do with what to do, when to do, where to do, how to do concept in business study. When you bring it to your own personal life, you realize that when you have 2 or 3 things that you are doing, it will help you to know what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and where to do it. It will help you to strike that balance of bringing both your family and your business or whatever else you are doing.
Okay. Are you a father?
Yet to be.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Mr. Abraham? Are you a father?
Yet to be.
Okay. So how do you juggle between work and family?
Actually, I'm not a married person, so it is very easier for me because I have all my time to myself. But like he also already said, there is time for everything. So what I do is I know my work time and I know my personal time where I have to talk to family and friends. I don't have to mix maybe speaking to family on the phone and working. When I'm working, they know that if you want to reach me, you have to text me because I can't talk on the phone. But when I come back, maybe in the evening time, I make out time for family. I reach out to them, talk to them, know how they're doing. So it is easier for me as a single person to juggle between work and family.
Are you trying to say, in other words, that life is much more enjoyable being single than being married?
I didn't say so, but kind of. Kind of.
Okay, so what do you have to say on that?
Okay, to me, I think it's all about figuring out time. Like you waking up from bed, you already schedule what you're going to do for the day. So, although some other things might come up to it, but since you've already mapped out the time for your work, your family, and other things, it's just for you to program yourself and knowing the time to do a particular thing at the right time. Because as you're at work, some calls can come up from the family, which you can still know how to figure it out for it not to crash to your work or at the same time back to your family.
Are you married?
No.
No, yeah. Okay, so I have the. Oh wow, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, Mr. Abraham, I know this question is specifically for you, being a married man. I want to ask you this question: how do you manage being a business executive? Just like you said that you're into business. So how do you manage being a business executive than a husband? So can you just tell us briefly?
Okay, thank you. You know, life is becoming more easier than it used to be with the help of technology.
Exactly.
So, from the house, you can also work. You must not be in your workplace for you to work. And for you to be able to balance it, your family should be aware that it is the work that will finance the family. So your family should know your work time and allow you to work and concentrate during your work time.
Right.
So you'll be able to generate what you use to finance the family.
Right.
And your management should also know that you have a family. So they will not encroach into your family time. I believe in timing so much. So if you are supposed to work from 8 to 5, it should not be more than that. But you can give some reasonable time, maybe 8 to 5:30, because sometimes some things can easily come up. But you should not always do what we call overtime while working. So you have a balance between both family and your
All right,
work.
thank you so much. So, it's often said that men are not always emotionally available. What do you have to say about it? Is it true that men are not emotionally available? They're not always emotionally available. Just like Mr. Abraham said, he's talking about work, 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 work. So, do you really think that men are focused more on their work than when it has to do with emotions?
I won't really say they are not, they don't have emotions, but I will just say that men don't really, they are not led by emotions.
Really?
Yes.
I'm one of those that are led by emotions. I have emotions, so you don't tell me.
I have emotions too, but I'm not led by emotions. What I mean by not led by emotion is when a real man sees a situation, he tackles it the way he should, in spite of whatever it will come out. Maybe he's looking at the long run, and at the short one, maybe the wife, let me take for the wife, may not really be comfortable with what he's doing at that moment, but he's seeing the bigger picture. So he has to do what he has to do.
Okay. Okay, so what do you have to say on that?
They are. Because I can easily say that through my dad. Growing up, I think I normally get the care from my dad than my mom.
No, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Because my dad he's very compassionate, Whenever I'm in a situation, it's only my dad I can always talk to, and he give me that attention that I want. So men are more emotionally available because of what?
Than women?
Than women, to my own understanding, because of what? Yes. I have my reasons, because growing up as a child, I know the kind of challenges I do go through, and it's only my dad that was there for me,
Okay.
carrying me along, getting solution to that. My mom is always telling me, don't worry, but my dad will just hit the point and come out at that particular time. So to me, I think men are emotionally available. Very much, yeah.
Okay, man of God, what do you have to say about that?
Well, of that ideology of men being emotionally available. Yes, in fact, as a married man, that is where you bring in maturity. A person who is matured, that's the man who is capable of balancing both his work and also his emotions. You know what to give to the demands that is needed per time. Are you getting me? Yes. So, man, as a matured person, should be emotionally available. I heard what my friend said. His dad was giving him attention. I'm one of those persons also. My dad is a clergy too, and we had his time.
Okay.
We had his time, and also it didn't affect his ministry. He gave, there is somewhere in Bible says, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar,
Yeah.
and also give.
Exactly.
So he, or we always give ministry what belongs to ministry, having understood that also there is a family that he has that needs his emotions also.
Okay, I wanted to ask you a question right now, but you're not married. So I'll save the question.
No, actually, at least I have someone I'm taking care of.
Okay, a woman.
A son.
Okay, a son.
Yeah.
not the biological son. Okay, okay, okay. Let me ask you the question. The question says, how are you emotionally available for the son?
How I'm emotionally available for the son is actually I took him as a son because I I know growing up as a child he needs that parental care because a lot of things are happening. Even these days you don't trust uncles, you don't trust pastors, nor relative or neighbors because you can even leave your child to them, something might happen when it comes to molesting and all that. So your son, you have to give them attention, know when they are in pain because most of them they don't know how to talk. You have to check them, know when they are quiet because someone that will be very intelligent as a child, it starts from he has to be stubborn. So imagine a child being stubborn, all of a sudden he's quiet. Something is something is bothering him or her. So you have to give him or her that attention for you to get know what is happening. Or he might be going through pain, but he doesn't know how to speak out. So you have to say, "What is happening? Talk to me." Then after that fear, he'll just say it out. So I think
All right.
paying
Okay.
attention.
I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying. So I really want to ask you right now, Mr. Abraham, as a career person you are, please can you tell us how you deal with the pressure that comes from meeting your target in the office and the pressure from home? Because I know
Okay.
definitely that home has its own pressures.
Yeah.
Likewise, the office. So how do you tend to balance the whole situation?
When it comes to meeting your target in the office and also that at home,
Like I tell you, I believe in time management.
Hmm.
So I kind of plan ahead. I know my target.
Yeah.
Split it into
smaller chores in a way that I'll be able to achieve it before the set time. So I will have some ample of time to be able to concentrate on family. Right now, this is the first week of August by God's grace, and I've already done half of my target of my workplace.
Really?
So I still have 3 weeks to go, whereby I can comfortably relax and meet the other half.
Okay.
So I have enough time for my family. So you don't allow everything to choke up. You should be
Yeah.
able to plan ahead. You do that by planning ahead.
Are you just
that
saying
issue.
this because you want to say it's because I know definitely you've been able to find yourself in a fix where you were unable to meet up your target. Are you trying to tell us that? Are you telling the men that it's always all that rosy and easy that you'll be meeting your target?
It's not always easy, but with planning, it will not make you to be in the tight corner.
Before you're planning?
I will not say no,
You
because
don't admit that
sometimes failure is not my part in life. I don't always believe in failure.
Okay.
So when I plan, if I don't meet that target, I don't take it as failure. I take it as a learning point.
Okay. You're keeping me in a state of okay, no problems. Man of God. Okay, so how have you been able to meet up with your targets from home and office and all that?
Honestly speaking, pressure is not something that is easy to handle. And someone who is really mature, as stated before,
Hmm.
is someone that learns from his yesterday faults or the little mistakes that he had. When I started up my family, I had things that was never easy for me to handle,
Yeah.
bringing in family and ministry. But as time kept counting, I learned from the mistakes I did in previous times. I had to
Yes.
cover up for it. That is where planning now comes in.
Okay.
And I have
Okay.
to plan ahead to make sure that the pitfalls I had before
Hmm.
does not repeat itself.
So that means you're admitting that you've actually failed sometime in your planning.
Yeah, successful people, they they fail and rise again. But people who fail, they fail and they remain down.
Okay. 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 Thank you so much. Are you a career person? So have you ever been in the state of being under pressure, trying to fix yourself between work and home? I know you stay alone. You're just still single anyway. So how do you juggle between being the career person and then your own personal time?
Okay, like they said, they talked about planning, which is the main points, and also breaking down your targets to realistic targets. Their targets are not realistic. When you break down your targets to become realistic, I mean, it will be easier for you. Pressure is something that you can't avoid. If you want to succeed, that is one of the reasons why if you go for an interview in an organization, one of the criteria that you check is if you can work under pressure. It's a bonus. When they find out that you can work under pressure, it's a bonus for you. So I think pressure is something you can't avoid. If you are on the right path, you must constantly be under pressure because a lot of things will be requiring your time. But it is left for you. That is where time management comes in.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where planning comes in.
Exactly.
And when all these things are in place, you will see that you have 70% conquered pressure. When your time is properly managed, when you have realistic targets, when you have laid down plans. But that doesn't mean that at the point you will not experience some kind of setback because we are human. And you might plan, and at the end of the day, you see that your plan is not working the way it should. That's why you have something called a plan B. So you should have alternative plans in case that the plan didn't work out. So if let's assume this month your target was to reach 500 customers, and at the end of the month you find out that you're only hitting 200. Now what you do is you ask yourself, what went wrong? What were the obstacles that I encountered that I couldn't meet 500? And then you check it out, and then maybe you say, okay, I need to go more online. I need to reach out to more customers. Then say, how do I do that? All these things are things that are they are put together. Time management, planning, like my brother said, time management, planning, realistic goals. When all these things come together, you see that to a very large extent, you will conquer pressure.
This is The Nobles.
Do you think that what a woman wants from you as an emotional interest is just sex? And I'm asking you the question now. Assuming you're back from the office and your wife needs you on the bed to have time with you, not to make babies, just to have time. So how do you tend to juggle around it?
Like me personally, I don't really like overstressing myself.
Is that one stress?
No, as in, you say when you come back from work, you are tired. I hate stress personally.
Okay.
So anything that will stress me out, I try to avoid it.
Alright.
So assuming I come back from work and I'm a bit tired, she will know. It's communication.
Okay.
So we should be able to communicate. Then I need to have some time. We'll relax first. Then we can go on. She will still have her own time. Because in life, most times it's all about communication. When you understand that, okay, this person is like tired for now. You give that person some time to like get himself together. Then you people can go ahead with what you want to talk about.
Okay, I'm going to be skipping some questions right now. Man of God, can you just tell us how you tend to manage being a boss at the office and then also being a boyfriend to your wife and also being a father to be, because I'm just skipping the children part of it right now. So how do you tend to manage? Because I know the same role you play in the office is not the same way you act at home. You are the boss in the office, everyone is hailing you, boss, boss, boss. But when you come to the home, you just have to be a baby.
Oh, yes.
We are big babies. Men are big babies.
Yeah. Well, is where relationship comes in. And in relationship, that is where you try to create that contact with understanding with people. When you go to church, you know how you do your things with them, and when you also work, you know how to create an atmosphere for yourself also to work with your people based on the relationship and the understanding. And also when you come home, since it's something that is part of you deal with people outside, you deal with people in the office, and I think it should be something that is already in you. When you come inside your house, I think that one is a primary assignment that you should not avoid. You have to come down because it's your first property before the office and then the church.
Yeah. So much. So the last question I'm going to be asking right now because of our time, sir, can you just can you tell me, can your success drive for business growth negatively affect your family success? Can your success drive for business growth negatively affect your family success? Are you sure? Are you sure that in your pursuit for success as a business person, it hasn't in any way affected your family?
You know, the kind of work I do is very competitive. I'm a fashion designer and I'm into entertainment too. So most of the time I like working at night.
For fashion or for entertainment?
Both.
This is The Nobles.
Is it wise for you to tell your wife what you earn in a month?
Mm, depending on the understanding that you both have, because some wives, when you tell them, it becomes a risk. While to some wives, when you tell them, they will help you to manage what you earn.
Okay, right.
Mhm. So, as an accountant, I know what I earn, and we do much with percentage. Though I share what comes in, not all the time. So when that percentage comes in, is only few times where I'll have to accommodate father, mother, and the relations. But in a greater percentage, what I have comes more for the family, because it is my family first before the extended families.
Okay, your family first before the extended families. Okay, so what about you, sir? How do you tend to manage, juggle around financial stuffs in the family, and also, sorry about that, and also siblings? How do you take care of them?
Um, okay. When it comes to managing financial between families, first of all, I believe that the people I owe responsibility are my immediate family. That's my wife and my kids and my parents. Every other person, I owe them no responsibility. Why do I say that? Growing up, I lost my dad when I was in university, and I was trying my brother. And one of the days, when he was talking to me, he said, "If I make you comfortable, you will not know the what it takes to struggle and be who you're supposed to be. So I won't make you comfortable. I'll just make you survive. I'll give you the basics." I don't know how to explain that, but that thing he said entered me, and I understood what he was trying to say. So when it comes to my siblings, I make sure that they don't choke, but I don't carry their burden. I help them. If you want, let me assume that he wants to buy a house, and the house is worth 100 million, for instance. I might have the 100 million, but I can't give it to you. I can give you 50, and I expect you to raise 50. I'm installing on you the act of responsibility. But when it comes to my parents, I feed their bills, no matter what it takes. My wife is me.
Your wife to be is
My wife to be is me. My kids.
I know we are still in the same page.
Yes, my kids to be. I mean, so it's my responsibility to take their burden. But when it comes to relatives, siblings, I try my possible best to be there, but I still allow them to show a sense of responsibility.
Thank you so much. So, yeah,
Okay, to me, growing up, we have that love in our family that I know when you have and I know when you don't have. So me, the kind of work I do, it's today I might get a lot of work, tomorrow they won't come. So once it come, I know the things I do. So when I don't have, I don't even need to tell them I don't have. They know already. Hey, especially my mom will be like, "Had it been you have, I know you would have given to me. But don't worry, it's don't worry as well." So I have that mindset that I don't need to tell you that I don't have for you to understand because you know I've been doing when I have.
all right, thank you so much, Mr. Abraham. Just summarize in one word so we can be able to.
Like my brother said, it's all about plan. Like me, I do the percentage.
I know you talk about percentage because
Because
yeah.
as a financial person, with percentage, you cannot cheat any side.
So once money just comes in, just eat. I have my Excel format. It will just split itself into the percentage as well.
But when it comes to my siblings, by God's grace, everybody is working. So it's only once in a while that maybe one or two may come of we need some financial assistance. And for my parents, if I don't have at that point in time, any of my siblings will just come up. Yes, I know I'm the first son, but sometimes I may not have the money at that particular time.
Yeah.
They will be there for me. And if they don't have, I will also be there for them. It's all about teamwork. But
Right.
that for my family, I always pull it out because you must always meet that need first. And my siblings, they understand that.
All right, thank you so much. So it's all about teamwork. Thank you so much for doing this with us on the Nobles. Please go ahead and subscribe to all our social media handles on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. And we'll come back your way for another edition, Power Packed. Enjoy.
This is The Nobles.